Good morning to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So, how are you all doing? How are you all being during these very interesting times of sort of hmm, pushing the reset button and then what? What can we create now? And could it be that it's actually great creation time? It doesn't look this way. And so many of us have asked for change and how we can do things different on the planet. How can we be with each other in different ways? And so, what if this is actually now showing up, but it's so uncomfortable? And so many of us have no jobs right now, and we are being at home, and our businesses are closed. And so it is like it is, and I acknowledge that it is a very challenging time, and times of change are always really, I think, is it maybe even an epic change that we are going through, like one of those times when we will, in the future, we might be looking back at this and see how it was actually a game changer. It was a turning point. It was like a crossroads. And I'm looking at the hummingbird right now at the feeder. Wow, they just came back. And I love using nature as an example. It's like when big changes are going through nature, like an earthquake or a flood. What is the earth creating then? Does the earth stop? Is the earth, or are the birds even going into conclusion how bad it is? Or are they deviating? Are they changing? So how many of you are actually deviants and haven't acknowledged it? So today I would like to talk about what is true caring. So what does all of this have to do with caring? Sure, we have the CARES Act and all these things right now. I would like to look at what is true caring. And it's interesting. I have been rereading a very beautiful book. It's Being You, Changing the World by Dr. Dane here. And there are so amazing tools in there. And so he talks about the power of caring, the power of true caring. So what is that? And what if we use this right now, really caring for ourselves, caring, taking care of ourselves? And I would also love to dive, and please interrupt me. You can ask questions. You can chime in. I would like to look into where we have cut off caring because of a misconception of what caring is. So I'm asking you a question now. Have you learned to be upset with people who hurt you? This might really sound strange to you. Yes, of course, we have to be upset with people who hurt us. Is this actually true? And here on the Monday morning inspiration, we have been talking a lot about judgment, like the joy of creation, and we talk a lot about art and and being artists, and for me it's really being the grand and glorious creators that we all are. And it includes art, but also everything else. It includes creating business. It includes creating our lives, our relationships, our families, our everything, our bodies, right? So what is caring, and what does this have to do with judgment? The thing is, the moment we judge, the moment we cut off people, we cut anybody off, is actually where we cut us off, because we cut off receiving. Like, for a moment, as an infinite being, would we cut off receiving? Would we have a point of view about anything? The moment we come to a point of view how, oh, they did this to me, now we become a victim. They did this to me, and now I must cut them off. I must never be in touch with them anymore. Do you see what this is creating? And for some of you, this might be really very strange, because we all learn that we must cut people off. Yet, how painful is that? And I have had these moments in my life where I cut people off because they literally really hurt me. They did things that are not very desirable. Yet, what if we never cut off the receiving of everything? And see, when we look at nature, a tree, for example, there's this beautiful tree looking at me right now. A tree will never cut off anything or anyone. A tree will be a tree. And is that maybe also the space that we have when we go into the forest, when we go out into nature? So what if we don't cut off anything of ourselves anymore? It is hurting, it is painful. When we cut off people, when we cut off receiving, we are actually hurting ourselves. Now, this doesn't mean that we have to approve of what people are choosing. I'm not talking about that. People are choosing all kinds of weird things, and hurting other people is not okay. Yet, what if we still don't cut off our receiving? And this is also for the arts, in the art world. How many of you beautiful, amazing artists have come to the conclusion that the jeweler or the gallerist was mean to you because maybe they even said something mean or whatever. They used very hurtful words, or they did not judge you into a show. Or right now, as so many shows are being canceled everywhere, did you judge that the current situation is bad, that it is wrong, and that it hurt you, and even if it is financially hurting right now, right? What if we don't cut off receiving? The thing is, when we cut off our receiving, we cannot receive what else the universe is bringing to us. The great ideas, the new ways of being here. And also, what can we create, right? What can we create when we don't come ever, 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 ever to a conclusion? So the true caring is when we don't cut off anything, when it means that we don't cut off ourselves. We truly all care about other people. When other people hurt us, how much do we actually care for them still? And we would love for them to be able to receive us. When people hurt you, when people don't respect you, like how much of that is actually because they cannot receive you? They cannot receive your being, they cannot receive your joy, they cannot receive what you could actually contribute to them. So a great tool to use is, if I was truly caring for myself today, what could I choose right away? If I was truly caring for myself today, what would I choose right away? It it could be that, we could choose that everything is just an interesting point of view. There's a lot of Do you notice there's a lot of fighting building in our society and everywhere, the pro and cons, and it's like right now with what is going on in the world, it's coming to a peak. Like, so there's a lot of information also available to us of what's going on and what's not going on. And what if right now we use this moment to go into magnified creation mode? What does this mean? What do I want to say? It's like, what can we create? Rather than resisting what is going on, rather than fighting it, what if we ask a question? What did I come here to create? What do I know is possible? What doors are open right now that I have been avoiding, that I'm resisting right now? So we could really use this moment right now to look at our lives and see, hey, what is it actually that I always wanted to create? If I was truly caring for myself, for me today, what could I choose right now? What could I choose this morning? So I was asking this question earlier this morning, and rather than going to my computer and checking on emails, I made a beautiful cup of tea, my beautiful green tea, chin chin, and went outside. And I dressed up a little bit, put a little jacket on because it's cold this morning. And so I went outside, and the birds are singing, and there are the red cardinals, the blue indigo buntings, and the goldfinches that are so yellow. And then there are all the flowers popping up, and the little leaves on the trees. It's one of the most beautiful moments in nature when everything is just like coming out. So what if we all come out now with our there's a beautiful French word, and we say in German also, I don't know whether you know this word here in America. It's élan. Élan is, and in German we say élan. Elan, I don't know, might be a good name for a kid. I don't know. Watch this flying by. It's this energy of an élan. It's like springing out. It's like something that has built so joyfully, and now it's like, whoa, moving out. And there's a flexibility to it. There's like a, not a push, it is more of a it's hard to describe actually, but it's a beautiful word. Élan. So what is ready actually now? What have you been creating, cultivating, growing inside of you, like seeds, that is now ready to come out? So, what if instead of using your energy to resist, what if you use your energy to create? What if you don't react, but create? And so, I invite you to this space of magnificent creation. Like, do you get the sense of it? What truly is possible right now that was not possible before? What doors have opened? What doors have we all opened for years that we can now step through with joy and open wings? If I was truly caring for myself today, what would I choose right away? Would I fight? See, and the thing is, again, I'm not saying the current, like whatever is going on and whatever is, I'm not saying anything is right, anything is wrong. But what if we all are really strong, and what if we don't choose to finger point, but to create? Sort of coming together and creating a different future that we all know is possible for all the future generations and for all of us and for the earth and all the beings on the planet, all the creatures, right? Do you have any questions? Did this bring anything up for you?
I think with a teenager in the house, I guess when they hurt me, I don't know if it's intentionally or not, but I think it's like a natural reaction, just to back away and I'm not going to be next to you, I guess, or be near you if you want to be that way.
Yeah,
but
right.
asking a question, I think, can help.
Yes. So it's the first thing to do is for you to lower all your barriers. For all of you right now, lower your barriers, all the walls that you have that you put up automatically. And so in this very moment, lower your walls and barriers, like really push them down into the earth and receive that energy. And if you manage to ask that question inside of you, if I was truly caring for myself right now, what would I choose? And then speak from that place. It's like, no, I don't allow you to hurt me. That is not working. So you have choice. What are you going to choose? I don't allow you to do that. And see, the space is different, rather than yelling at each other. And
Mm-hmm.
and then what is possible? You know, if you keep talking like this to me, you are going to stay in your room, or you move out, look for your own place. And it is about setting rules, yet not from the fighting, but from the space of total vulnerability, where we speak for something, and we speak for us, we speak for the future. And what if we, you know, instead of fighting against, having walls up, which never creates anything but separation and more walls, what if we never separate from ourselves, but we totally honor ourselves, and also trust that, you know, this is not working for me, and if you keep doing this, you got to find your own place. You see how it's a different space. Like if you were fighting for the future from the space of total caring for yourself and everything, what could you choose? What could you create? What would be possible, rather than fighting? So if I was truly caring for myself today, what would I choose right away? If it is different, because it's almost as if your heart is open and it's not closing for anything and anyone, and that includes you. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when you ask yourself and is caring for me. I remember when you spoke about that tree getting cut down and you got really angry, and it just took your whole energy away because you had so much negative frequency. And
Yeah.
I think back to that too. It's like I'm not doing my body any good by being angry, because in the long run I just feel all drained. So asking a question, just being kind to me too.
Yes. Yes, and
And
speaking from
expand.
that space will be different. You will use different words. You will also be a different energy. I'm talking about the space where we cut off, and would an infinite being ever cut off anything? Because we are, with this cutting off the receiving, we cut off our receiving and we hurt ourselves. And so this is a totally different conversation, and we can all play with this right now. If I was truly caring for myself, what would I choose right now, in this very moment, whatever moment it is? It's a beautiful tool to use, as everything is energy, every situation is energy, and we are energy. So what energy can we be in this very moment? And this will allow you to mold your energetic presence into what is required. Imagine if we don't resist anything anymore, we actually have true choice. True caring brings us true choice. If you all were truly caring for yourself and never give up your caring for everyone, no matter what they chose, what would be possible? What could you choose? What could you create? And then also the universe can bring you all the fun stuff, the new ideas, new energies. What can you receive from the earth right now after this conversation? What energies are available for you? What beings are there around you that would love to support you right now? Which is not possible when we have walls up. Do you get that? Mm. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you. Keep creating, keep moving, keep choosing. And I'm so curious about what future we can create right now. All right, beautifuls. Thank you so much. And I see you soon. Bye.